Short one today. Supposed to be out and about tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean today, after getting up. So let's throw a vault at the new tool from yesterday. Whenever it finishes loading in. Of course, let's double check. Do I want to do anything to this in light of what's on there? Probably not. Because that's 2.6 on reach, so that maxes out reach. No overlapping trap disarm, mining speed. So right now, this combination gives me max on some of those and decent combination with the item quantity and rarity. Do apologize if I seem to be speaking louder. Little bit distracted at the moment. Let's see. Anyways, Bamboo Gober. At some point, I should actually make a proper base of it. Nice amount of iron. String. Alright. So 5 in a stack on iron. Which means 6 and 7 blocks. Snowballs are snowballs. Granite. Okay. Right. Let's mute the screen because I'm listening through the headphones. So I don't need the screen, and nobody needs the double sound from the mic picking it up. Granite. This is more granite than I need. Then string. Where have I stashed string? Okay. And to be fair, I could also get string just by shearing the sheep and then shoving the wool through this with this to unpack it. One of my favorite little stupid things to bypass some of the farming requirements for things like string or whatnot. You can also use the centrifugal separator from thermal, which is not one of the ones that automatically is given to you from mod boxes or anything like that, to spin out the dye from things like wool, which means you can extract dyes just by having dyed some sheep in a pen and farming, which, like, I don't think there's any time where, like, you really need enough dye that having a big contraption automated for that matters. But, like, it does kind of make it a lazy way of doing dyes. Let's see. Yay! Yeah, let's do a scav. If my mouse will cooperate and not freeze on me momentarily. Sorry about the noise of that. Still not entirely sure why it does that. Let's see. Hammer size. Do I have hammer size on a mixed one someplace? Hammer size, hammer size. So that's a 579 by, yeah, 9 by 9 at the moment. And then I would have to also get 52 and a half, so 53 mining speed. And I would want reach on it, and technically even more, like, so probably it's going to be a little bit before I actually utilize all three of these suckers. Anyways, how's the chromatic pattern? Not bad. Alright. About to pop into a new vault. But first, in theory, I should finish unloading this. And finish delooting the gear, which is, in fact, not one, but 2 vaults worth of gear. Anyways, augment scoper. Nova. Hello, baby. Not the solar panel. Juicy. I can replace that hardened one I have. And let's see. Hardened, basic. Assign slot. Niotic. And then I need the the one that I need Thermal's trash can out of the bags at some point. But like I said, and this kind of sort of matters, but at the same time doesn't. And the reason it kind of sort of matters, but also doesn't, is this generating that is more than enough for at least a couple of machines to all operate at the same time, compared to anyways. Yeah, I'm going to have to go and upgrade this at some point. But before that, I want to dump its power. So, we'll set that there and let it potentially get used up whenever power goes out of it. And then later on, I will craft it. I might just craft it into a blazing anyways, so that I can set the blazing slot on that one. But, getting ahead of myself. Because that's for when I've got time for projects. And I think I'm going to get roughly just one vault and then de-loot and call that good, just so that I've done some vaulting today. Because the teen wants to hit up the local amusement park tomorrow, picking up season passes and doing tomorrow is like the first day, but that means technically I should already be in bed, but it potentially is going to take up the whole day, or at least enough of it. Alright. Boots. 14 with 9. No, I don't need the movement speed compared to needing the crit hit resistance for my builds. Because the long term is that I do need it to tank. Absolutely abysmal attack damage there. I'm almost to the point that the legendary on the thorns doesn't matter. And arguably it doesn't really even because like if I roll a decent value on this, it's still better. Unlikely to replace the magnet because right now the magnet I have is already doing its job. We already did the comparison, so probably I'll give this one a shake. Like, I don't necessarily need thorns on it. Huh. But it is nice to not have to worry about much better effect avoidance. Knockback resist goes down, but I haven't maxed that out anyways. I lose 2.5 hearts, and I lose 2.5 thorns damage, but my block chance goes up by 10%, so 1/10 is few hits. And it gives me the lucky hit so that I can take advantage of the lucky 15 plus 6, 21 plus whatever small amount I've stuck in a deck. Yeah, I will actually replace the stupid shield with this one. Anyways, yeah, I wasn't feeling like I should probably check. Three. So slightly less crit hit resist. We're going to call that close enough that if I get the right modifiers at a good enough rating, resistance armor, effect avoidance. Don't know why I even bothered with that one. Health resistance, effect avoidance, mana regen. And shredded. Okay. I gave it some spins. Probably was technically inefficient for resources to do that. Especially having dumped fundies on it. Does that mean that one of those had a legendary on it? Because I thought you were only supposed to get these from legendaries. If so, like, whoops. I was not paying attention. But at the same time, oh no. Like, if it was such a good legendary, why did I not even notice it? Dump some in here. I very much doubt any of these are going to be worthwhile to even care about. But I give them a fair shake of generating them. No living, no legendaries. And because crafting potential is as it is, and you can't just spend down to get past it. Yeah, it used to be all you would have to dump was a huge amount of plating and a huge amount of gold. But now you can't even, and then, like, the only way to keep going once you've already burned that out. Anyways. So that's my cue to come over here to the gem wall. stare intently at each of the ones that I can put things in. Yeah, I could probably have just, like, stared at the center thing and it would have been, like, pull the 4 types of fruit that you have that would register as going in there. Or finally fix your stupid deposit upgrade so it can't deposit the fruit. And, like, I don't know, move your cores someplace else. Use, like, the tags. Match tags. Okay, don't have any hiding in there. Don't. I could add a colorful trail to the companion I don't generate out in the world. All of this I have in abundance, so I can flip that easily as soon as I get back out. Oh, disgusting. Oh, it's not that bad. 4 commons and a double on epic. Like, yes, I do have an improved chest breaker this time. So this is potentially, like, the purest example of test this out I can get. Yep. Because it's all the things that I specifically set it up to try and go in mine. Didn't even swap the shield. It's still sitting on the storage. Not that I needed to. Because, like, yeah, it gets me... Okay, I don't have the ornate secret underneath this, sadly. That actually reminds me. Yeah. Once I get hammers, I need to get the filtering child. And set up a filtering based on whether or not things appear in the vault altar list. Because you can now sort on that easily because it, things that go into the vault altar now have a tag. You have to, like, still manually put a bunch of those items in, but you can, like, look through using okay, Windar, I will do so. Alright, so that's everything down here. Less than 3 minutes for doing all that. Tankety tank, tankety tank. No goblet. No secret behind that. Anyways, the mining speed increases. Superb. Anyways, that was a really strange sound when all those crabs got hit like that at the same time. The augmented sound of a bunch of those all breaking at the same time. Sounds like I've missed at least one horde somewhere in there. Ornate carved. Yeah. Don't need to kill the tanks, but as well. How many jars do I need? 4? 4. There we go. Ornates are for greed at this point. Alright. Windar says you have to die. Who am I to argue that it's not your time? To the keeper of the clock. This is a stupid one where it's got the ornate secret under it too, I think. Yeah. It's not the really good one. But it does let me take full advantage of reach. And it's funny. Paper's done. So I can technically ignore wooden as well. You know, if it weren't like free to collect and gives me mod boxes. Bonk, 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 bonk. Thanks. Always wanted to just get smacked around for no apparent reason. Come on, let's clear out, guys. Okay. Technically, my best bet actually would be to turn aside and go back. Because that lets me take the best advantage of doubling back to get the fruit from the altar. Alright. But then I found this chunk of gilded quite so quickly. If at all. Which would matter more if it gives me, poly. Two more of those suckers. I swear that that's supposed to have, like, one hanging as well. Champions, but I've already finished my champions domain. This is 1 to 3, I think, is the usual run on that. But I don't need to peek into dungeons on this run. So, not that I've spotted specific dungeons. Go, hey, I've got it right there, and it would be easy to go back for. Anyways, separate from that, I got a geo to mine. Anyways, block update it. That gets the client and the server in agreement about what in the world's going on with it. That lets you mine it. Wooden. Ornate. I think that's wooden. Still haven't managed to get line of sight on this. Yeah, no progress on the epic yet. I finished 2 of the commons, but, like, that's not impressive. 3 of the commons? Okay. So I'm down to coins and gilded. So let's clear out of there because no more coins, no more gilded. Ornate village is ornate and contains neither coins nor gilded. Upsies. Look, knowledge is king, so, mining so fast, the Y level bug applies more often. Wooden, wooden. Wooden. Unique ores. Not my job this time. Gilded. And the little stuck in a corner well is ornate, so I can ignore that. 10 minutes. Where's the altar? Not here. It was... One of these days, I'm going to remember where in the basement the altar is. There. Something, something. I think it cost me more than a minute there. Anyways, next room. Gilded in coins, gilded in coins. Melons are not gilded or coins. This, however, is at least coins. Alright. Gilded Hunt. Oh, how I loathe you. Like, yeah, I know some of the epics, but at the same time, it's like... trying to track down the epics or standards. So that I can get 2 copies of the epic. Item. Secrets! More secrets, come on. Okay, that's the wooden variant of that. Not the gilded. Wooden, wooden. Alright, follow me down, guys. Coins. Wooden. Wooden, wooden. Wooden. Love a library right now. This one can have one of the epics embedded in the wall. Or gilded. But doesn't appear to. What was the purple colorful one? I think that's wooden. Yeah, wooden. Wooden. Next room, next room. 7 minutes. Come on, boys. Coins. Wooden, wooden. Wooden. Ores. Wooden. Eat so I can sprint still. Dwellers. Kill it. Coins. Wooden. 5.5. Still no goblets. Wooden, 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 wooden. 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 All right, boys. Ornate. Ornate. Wooden. Gilded. Thanks, boys. Go away. Ornate. Wooden, wooden, wooden. 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 Dungeon. More room. Coins. Gilded. I can probably dump lemons on this if I need to. Because I get lemons based on hordes defeated if I get the completion crate. Wooden. Wooden. No dungeon there. Fine. We'll dash out of here. Into the vault. It's circular. Or wooden. Or, no, not wooden. Square. Going. Burp. Wooden. There is a gilded one similar to that. Living. Let me out, boys. Okay, pylon, my beloved. Where chest plate. Coins empty. Wooden. Gilded. High nonsense tank. 2 of them. How many stupid earrings do I got, I wonder? It's coins. Oh, I did it up. So now we go this way. Something, something. Sunk cost, sunk cost. Greed, kiwi, greed. You're not dead till you're dead. Wooden ornate. Wooden. Probably shouldn't do fruit beyond this. Because I'm getting past what my armor can tank. Well, my build can tank properly. And at that point, like, yeah, I'm down to finds a library amounts of health. If I want to complete this vault. This doesn't even have a good chance at, like, a gilded epic. So I'll have to work my way back up to having lemons later. Probably. So I only had 5 in the system. That's 1. I got this fall. I'm allowed to dump a lemon into this vault if it gave me one. Technically, I could dump a second one. so I have at least one spare. Not the best idea, but... That's ornate for that carved. Absorption hearts, my beloved. Coins. Coins. War room. Last try. Okay. And we're past submission time. And that's wooden, so probably not. Yeah. Hi, it's Mary. Sorry I didn't respond. I was kind of focused down, if you noticed. Of course, if you wandered away or were just a bot to begin with, who knows? Oh well. Potato andesite. Okay. Swapsies? Right. Like, that'll feel a little bit bad, but hey, I'll have lucky hit. Right, I can burn that. That's not what you're supposed to get from Omegas. You're supposed to get the adaptives. Anyways. Let's put the memory back. And out of curiosity, I got one. I got half of it. How many? 37 gilded. If it's 50-50 to get a scav item, 50-50 to get the common, and then I don't know like how the rest of them break down, but if we assume that it's half again, so it's 1/4 of all gilded is going to be a common, then 1/8 is going to be the rare, 1/16, so in theory I should have had a decent chance living on that shield there. Oh. I just... Okay. I can leave health alone. Living means that damage, durability damage reduction is going to increase with time. The block chance is better, and I can work on the end of it like, hallelujah, this is a beast. I just need to not lose the health. Okay. Okay. 400 plating. Like... Okay. Effect hits. Oh, there's so many bad effect hits. This feels a little bit bad, but like I have no other cases where I would basically use this ever. And I don't have to worry about the stats on any of those. I don't have to, like, chaotic or empowered chaotic any of this, because it's living. Right, I just burned all my EXP dying in that vault. And I didn't even mine any ores, so I don't have, like, loose ores yet. Alright. Alright. Next up, let's take these out. Ooh, lost bounty. Spider soul charms. So just keep doing scabs and that will solve itself. Furninator, standard grid. Okay. Crafting grade would have meant that I have to go, okay, fine. Fine. It's not going to let me argue that I'm not ready to start doing starter blazing. This was Ferninator hardened? Yeah. Huh. There we go. Bonk. Alright. Decent number of fragments. It'd be nice to know, like, what things can influence that. I think it's probably just the rarity stuff. I haven't put pogs on that wall, have I? No, I have not made the pog boxes yet. Yeah. That's why I was fine running that like that, because I still have spares on the lemons even still. $23, $24, $25. These compact. These go here. And that. In theory, I should put these through the opener to view them. But anyways, I ended up with so much nonsense because bookshelves are no longer breaking apart because I went with Silk Touch instead of Fortune on the Pact Soul. Probably should have gone with Fortune. About 500. So I don't have an amazing amount of time with this, although I do have a greater durability reduction coming up because of the shield as long as I keep leveling. Oh. Alright. Really? I don't have sunflowers in one of these two stupid boxes? Alright. Underside. Double helping old potatoes. New trap disarmed here. Cool. Lightning speed. Like, eventually I'll need decent trap disarm tools and whatnot. But the next thing on my queue is the not the trap disarm, but getting hammer 1 done, which 11 by 11 is the size I wanted minimum. The reach jewel in that other one will be helpful. That one's definitely getting scrapped. Alright. That's all solved. Might as well finish these real quick. Then run back for lapis and bone. Fine. Ooh, right. Any of these near capacity where I need to double check that they didn't overflow? No? Okay. Bones are still wandering around as their own chest. Sure. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Just throw a bottle. Don't torment the fish. There you go. You got the levels you need for your shield. Now go enchant it. Swap out this one and feel bad about the fact that you just use resources to get all set up and then immediately find a better one. Juicy, juicy. Anyways, I have a different place for you already. Technically, this should be down in the, one down here. Yeah, because it's a seal, and it applies to a crystal, da 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 da. Anyways, 1, 6, 1, 1. Still need to finish unloading those by figuring out also where name tags. Disgusting. Might actually have to bug somebody about doing villagers, or I might just have to do villagers myself. Not easy villagers. I'm still going to leave that to somebody else, but I might need to shove a guy in a corner and start trading him sticks or something. Right. Let's finish making that seal. Then we go. And we go nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. Nonsense, nonsense. Nonsense, nonsense. Nonsense, nonsense. Nonsense, 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 nonsense. Out of nonsense slots in there, which means I need iron to gold 1. Which means I need to make fine. I mean, I could just slap down a bag and... Anyways. Nope. Real quick. I said I was going to deloot, which means I need to finish delooting. So I need a decent amount of Larimar, some redstone, some iron. I said some redstone. Like, am I really running so low on redstone that I'm going to have to start breaking into these and go and mine a bunch more? Let's see. Essence. I don't remember if diamonds are involved in any of the tiers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because you need these to make the next tier no matter what. And then you need steel. Wop, wop, wop. One, 2. Wop. Yeah, we're just going to convert these nonsense boxes to high capacity nonsense boxes, And then we'll start actually handling nonsense at some point later. But for now... Nonsense box, nonsense box, nonsense box. Alright. This is why some people have their magnets set to void. Okay. Yay! So much room for more nonsense. That's nonsense, that's nonsense. I have a procedure for that. Colorful. Nonsense, 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 nonsense. Okay. Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. We'll go with that. And to save on the headache. To save on the headache. Void works with upgrades and automation. This is considered automation. How many people do you know specifically to count the insert and extract buttons as automation as opposed to just quality of life? Anyways. Smooth sandstone, go burr. And it's already become glass. Yay. Which means I got no niter out of it. Oh well. Copper. And red terracotta. Because I still need to make the color wall. Oh, you thought we were done? Nah. We got one last loot thing. We get to invoke the god. Hello, Wenda. Hunterino, movement speed, cooldown reduction, and duration. That's a nice combination there. Not the best combination you can get from him, but... And there we go. Hour 21. You know, it was a short stream. One vault. An hour and 21 minutes between the vault and everything else. But that's today. I should probably get some sleep. So I'll catch you all next time. Bye.